That just turned into actually paid. Thank you.
All right, that's all
I'll
I,
see you this afternoon.
all right.
Anything else? Thanks.
Thank you.
Community Service Director.
Morning, Sarah.
Good morning. I just realized I did not get the data report from the Helpline Center this month, and so you just get my narrative report updates. We're working on revising that report anyways. We didn't feel like it was as helpful as it should be, so looking at redoing some of what they've been giving us. For our general report then, for Medicaid reimbursement last month, we received $1,229 basically that were billed for in March for Medicaid services for our CHWs. The grant reimbursement was $3,067.16. So getting closer to the $5,000 a month for our CHW services reimbursement. Our Partners in Mission, that's the group from the monastery that I've been helping with and attending some of those meetings. We're continuing that volunteer survey, so people can go on Codington Connects and fill that out still. We would love to have more feedback from the community on what they see. That is really evolving to look at more of a full community engagement coordinator rather than just a volunteer coordinator, somebody that can really promote community involvement and support with that. I did attend a TOPS training last Thursday and Friday about community action planning. It was a fantastic training, really, really helpful, lots of really useful information there. So that was a great training. I had planned to go to Dakota Resources event today and tomorrow, but decided not to. There's just too much going on and that I needed to be here and get things done here. So I'm not attending that. You guys had approved my travel request, but I'm not attending. Our evaluators for the COSUP grant were here 2 weeks ago and met with a whole bunch of people, spent 2 days meeting with people that are involved with that grant. So they should have the report here by the end of the month. They thought they would have a report to us. Northeast Radio has invited Codington Connects to have a weekly spot. So I've been coordinating those meetings on the radio a lot for that, but also coordinating other people being on the radio for that as well. So that's been a great connection there. The Restart Steering Committee will be meeting April 23rd. And so that's everybody that is supporting the justice impacted work that we're doing here in the county. So that's next Thursday will be. And our office assisted with the ACEs training, which was March 30th and 31st. We had a total of 125 attendees at the 3 events. And so that was a great event with some really great turnout and information shared there. For the systems of care work that we're doing, the interagency meeting was last week. It was online. Oh, that's supposed to be HSA. Presented on their systems of care, and our office presented on the impact program, kind of the case management services that are available in our community. The agency of the month this month for Codington Connects is the Bright Start Parenting, or it's a support program for new moms, and Jane Kane, who is a nurse with that, is the individual of the month. For childcare, SDSU has compiled the information from the survey that we did, the community survey that we did regarding childcare. We should have that ready to go to the community hopefully next month. With the centralized location, we're still working on that. Nothing really new to update on that. And the Heart Group, who hosted the ACEs training, that went really well. They're continuing to work on community awareness and events that we can do to support parents in our community. The Community Awareness Campaign Group had their first meeting with the marketing company and should be moving forward with that here in the next couple months. And as always, check out Codington Connects at codingtonconnects.com for more information about events and resources in our community.
So I had a question on
Yeah.
so the childcare survey,
Yeah.
will that compare to the last survey so that we can see if there's,
Yes.
progress or lack of progress or?
Yeah, so we tweaked it a little bit, but it's essentially all of the same questions from the survey that we did 3 years ago.
Was SCSU the one that compiled the
Yeah.
question? Okay.
Mhm.
All right.
Yes, yep, they did that.
Any other questions on Sarah's report?
Mr. Chair, does Sarah need to be here for?
Oh, yeah.
number 9?
Yeah, 9 and 10 are
Yep.
both yours,
Yeah.
I guess, so.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, please.
Okay, so I just need to grab this sign, which one I'm talking
don't
about. We have two contracts. They are, these are just renewals. These are from the COSUP grant funds. The first one is for Face It Together, which is our peer support services. Again, this is using the COSUP grant and we did the contract last year and it's just the same, essentially the same thing, the contract that we're required to do for the Department of Justice regarding that. And so the first one is Face It Together for their peer support, and the second one is Brothers and Sisters Behind Bars for their sober housing using COSUP grant funds. There's no cost to the county for this. The county's just a pass-through.
So let's take those separately. Is for number 9, agenda item number 9, that's the Face It Together. That's the continuation from this renewal. Is there a motion to?
So move.
A motion by
Second.
Square, second by Johnson. Any discussion? So my question is, how many years are we?
It's a 3-year grant.
okay.
There's a chance that the funds will last for 4 years, but 3 years at this
Okay.
point.
All right. Any other discussion? Hearing none. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Or say no. That motion carries. Okay, number 10, that's on the Brothers and Sisters Behind Bars. And then you said that's just pass through.
Yep.
So is there a motion to
So
approve?
move.
Motion by Johnson.
Second.
Second by Schwer. Any discussion on that? Hearing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Or say no. That motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Have a good day.
All right, number 11, action to approve the auditor's account with treasurer and note the monthly register of deeds fees.
All right, you have that information in your packet. You will notice it took a big jump. So going through the annual report, the amount from the bond is added in there. So now it is and you
Okay.
can see down on the general ledger cash balances, the bond redemption fund, that 30,994,14,9. So the amount is 50,497,955.25. The custodial funds that gets sent out to the schools, townships, cities, and towns. You have that in there as well. And these are all, the other sheet, the settlement with the treasurer is what was in her care on the last day of the month. And then the monthly register of deeds fees on the last day of the month was 34,380.50.
Motion approved.
Motion by Johnson.
Second it.
Second by Schwer. Any other questions or discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
We'll say no. Okay, that motion carries. So number 12, note that the board will meet as a county board of equalization at 1 p.m. here in this room at the courthouse. And then number 13 is note the board will meet as a consolidated board of equalization. That's with the members of the city council and the school board at 6:30 p.m. in the chambers of the Watertown City Council in the new city hall. Number 14, action to approve abatement applications.
None today.
No, okay. Thanks for payment. I think we got some of those.
All right, so you have your big packet of claims. There was one that is added in, the Boys and Girls Club, the JDAI, that was missed. So the total amount of claims was $1,169,696. But the state pass-through amount was $657,980.14. But making the total county claims $511,026.82.
Motion approved.
So motion by Johnson.
Second it.
Second by Schwer. Any discussion, questions? Hearing none. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
We'll say no. That motion carries.
I do have the 911.
Oh, do that separately. Okay.
Please also, that is a pass-through to the city of Watertown for the month of February in the amount of $37,558.20.
Motion approved.
Motion by Johnson.
Second it.
Second by Schwer. Any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
We'll say no. That motion carries. Is that it for the?
No budget supplements. Do have,
Personnel changes.
do have one of those. It is out of Memorial Park, a technician, beginning April 15th for Steve DeVille, step B, 2086 an hour. He's a rehire.
Move to approve.
Motion by Johnson.
Second it.
Second by Schwer. Any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say no. That motion carries. Travel requests.
Yes, you have a couple of those for weed and pest. For travel or attend a meeting, fogger recalibration. And I believe, and then also treasurer's office staff to attend a workshop. And I
So I see
believe
four.
that is
Four in here.
it. Yes.
Move to approve.
Motion by Schwer,
Okay.
second by Johnson. Any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Say no. That motion carries. Any public notices where a quorum of commissioners might be present?
Well, I'll be this morning and this afternoon,
Yeah, yeah.
of course.
The equalization. means-
Everybody knows that, I guess.
I don't think there's-
Uh,
Looking at date, there's not until May, so. Yeah, okay.
looks like that's it for me.
Any old business?
Well, some of us did attend the pipeline safety program the other night, and good information. What is there, 150 miles of underground pipeline in Codington in Watertown? I think that's what the number was, 150 miles. You know, I don't think people realize, I mean, we're plumbed. I mean, the whole country is plumbed now. And they do a good job of identifying, you know, or sharing with our first responders, you know, the response, and they have a program, they go through a scenario, and it's kind of interesting. And just good compliment, good information.
Thank you. Any other old business? New business? Any public comments? Commissioner comments?
We also attended, several of us attended the in DeSmit this past week,
Yeah.
the Sioux Valley Conference, and there's some good information. I think the one thing that should interest a lot of us is, are we going to increase or ask for the sales tax, the half-cent sales tax? And some of the information that I learned there is, I mean, it's half cent or none at all. You know, it's not a quarter of a cent, it's a half cent. And one of the comments that was made, and I don't know how it's gonna shake out, but as far as our taxes, and this all goes to the reduction of real estate taxes.
Right.
All of this money goes to the state. And someone said, how many appeals do you have this afternoon and tonight? And I don't know for sure. But I can remember when we would have as many as 50 probably back in the day. And my understanding is we have one this afternoon. That's just what I heard through the grapevine, and very few tonight. And somebody said, well, apparently people aren't really upset about property tax if they're not appealing their taxes. And it kind of made me think, you know, is that right? You know, I don't know. Or have people just finally surrendered and just said, well, it is what it is, I'm gonna pay them. I don't know. But those are ideas that were put into my head after that meeting, and that had me think about it. The other thing is the size of these and the impact that these dairies that are having on our communities. It's phenomenal. I mean, it's big business. That one that the company that offered the program, the building of the one north of DeSmit, is that 30 or 20 million?
By Manchester, it's like 20,000.
20,000.
The one north of DeSmit at Washington area is like 12,500.
That's just a little one,
Yeah.
12,500.
Animal units. Yeah.
cows. So
Yeah.
it's probably even more animal units, but,
Yeah. But you get up to those numbers and then, I mean, the one thing I did hear and I like to hear that is that, you know, the economic development part of that is that, you know, these dairies, they use a lot of product, a lot of raw product, you know, crops, whether it be corn or haylage or hay or whatever, and they come from right around those dairies. They don't bring them in from a long ways away usually. And what an economic factor for those local areas. And it's interesting when you see the impact that it has on the communities. Very interesting program.
Thank you. Just to pick up on what Mr. Johnson said about the sales tax, the half-cent sales tax. So just people know that counties will have the opportunity to levy a half-cent sales tax, and whatever money is gained from that tax just comes right off of property tax, owner-occupied property tax. That's the governor's bill from this last legislative session. It was signed into law. So it's an opportunity to lower property tax, basically, is the whole idea with that. So, but just so people know what we're talking about. Anything else for commissioner comments? Do we need to do an executive session? Okay, so we have a need to go into executive session for personnel issues.
Move to an exec session.
So we got a motion.
Second.
Second by Schwer. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
We'll say no. Motion carries. I don't think we're gonna have anything afterwards. So